Hi Aquarius, welcome into a weekly, general weekly reading for you. I hope you're doing well out there. As I'm stepping into, I'm hearing gliding into the Aquarian energy for this week period specifically for this collective. I'm feeling at ease, maybe a little bit worried if we're being honest about the future, but there's an intuitive power within you. Now, the intuition, obviously, that you are trusting more so at this point. Now, I did get the powerful message as well before beginning the recording of this reading of you doing everything possible, for the most part, to become the best version of yourself along your path. And I feel as if this is going to be tied into you not making certain mistakes that you have been and rewinding back have made, right? Learning from your mistakes, learning from even your positive and correct choices. But it does feel like at this point along your path, for the most part, once again, you are going to be shown the way, right, by spirit, by not just your guides, but other random spirits, by the universe as well as a whole. But it also feels like you will be seeing evidence that you are making the right choices. I'm not saying if you have been overdoing it with a habit or just something unhealthy or toxic otherwise, that you're making the right choice in regards to that. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? And listen to Spirit's honesty all the meanwhile, selectively. But it does feel like, for the most part, this thing keeps coming up, you are making the right choices. So give yourself a pat on the back and allow for yourself to proceed forward with confidence. As I did about 5 different shuffles with the number 5, change, my friend, okay? Things are switching up for you. And this week isn't even the half of it. It feels like the new is coming to be moving forward, the bright, the fresh, and the needed even, all right? But they're saying after, I want to mention a couple different needs of importance coming to fruition, coming to be for you after this week period or so. For somebody specifically around the 24th, 25th, part of the month, you will start to then see certain wants coming to be. I know that was a struggle for me to spit out, but I get a lot of messages. I have to sort through them. And you might feel that you are the same at this point along your path. Spiritual development and changes are taking place. I wouldn't be surprised if some of which drawn to the reading are going through some sort of spiritual awakening. And we'll get into the cards in a second. And this is in order to support the development of your path moving forward, but also a change and ending of some significance of importance. Reminding ourselves each that a spiritual awakening is a significant change, a development, even realization within your world that is somehow, if not on multiple levels, intertwined with, tied to your spirituality. And I feel like for somebody, you're feeling as if your spiritual nature and way of living is absolutely changing as we speak. And it just feels so important, all right? And that being definitely connected to, intertwined with the fact that you're more guided than ever. But the 9 of Cups, look at that. It doesn't really want to peek out just yet. It's not the right time. But again, it feels like that's more so a need of importance. And then there, for some drawn to the reading, is another need of importance, another wish fulfillment that will be sparked and come to fruition for you near soon after that one, right? Even if it's not on the 24th, 25th, like I mentioned specifically, keeping in mind this is a general reading, but it does feel like then again, I feel the need to remind you, repeat, wants will start to come to be, because this collective, I feel truly, this Aquarian collective, time and time again, needs come to be, pop back up, are created, right? And it feels like then your wants are put on the back burner or minimalized as far as the importance of which, because then, as soon as it felt like it was about to be time for a want to come to be, or the potential of which, another need pops up. You know what I'm saying? And so they're saying, yes, your needs are of importance. That's life, right? That's the one of the aspects of your path. But we're getting ready to fulfill certain wants once again, because that's what I feel you need at times. Interesting wording, for sake of more fulfillment within, completion. and satisfaction. But I wouldn't be surprised if this week does focus upon the potential for love for somebody, drawn to this reading with the Knight of Cups out. But all the meanwhile, it feels like you're remembering certain people you dated, certain things that were fulfilling and maybe even emotionally disconnected and or connected for you, rewinding back. Don't overdo it in the remembering, reflecting process, and don't glorify, my friend. But it feels like throughout this individual reflecting and thinking back, flashbacks coming to be, for some it's through your dreams as well. If that's the case, it'll only be 1 or 2 dreams throughout the week, in a vivid sense, or a partially vivid sense. But they're saying this is going to help you when it comes to whatever this Nine of Cups is going to be for you. Let's keep pulling. They're also saying this is talking about your caring nature, you watering things of importance and speaking very much in a caring manner, right? A sweet manner for somebody drawn to the reading. People notice that you do actually, I just heard give a shit, you do actually care. Anyways, yeah, I swear on this channel. Welcome if you're new. But the Death and Rebirth card and the Ace of Swords together, you're definitely gaining certain bits and pieces of clarity throughout this week period in regards to how things are currently and will more so develop and change within and outside of you along your individual path moving forward. That was quite nice, nicely put. How you transform and utilize your mind, putting these two together once again, that imagery specifically, that's also of significance. Now, the color pink and the color red, passion, compassion is what I'm getting, love. Yeah, those are the words coming through for those two. But as well, blue and green, serenity, nature, groundedness, the ocean is what I'm getting for the color blue. There may be something about the sky during the day and through the night. It feels like your connection to the moon is very strong at this time as well. It may come through in a moment where you end up looking at the moon in a picture, even if it's very minuscule. Moments when you're just not expecting to see the moon in her beauty, but you look up to the night sky, even the early morning sky, and you're granted that beautiful moment of connecting. But even in moments when you're not physically actually looking for or at the moon, you will find that connection is relevant in some way, shape, or form. But the Five of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, there's part of you that just can't help but expect the worst, at least in one area of your life. And for somebody, it could be, more than just that one area. But they're saying you need to be, if you look at the imagery, grabbing for the hope and letting that happen effortlessly and to an extent, or in more of an easy manner, and allow for that to make things easier otherwise in that situation, or, again, more than that one aspect of your world. And they're also saying in the midst of other people's energy very much feeling like this, whether it's in your physical midst, and or at a distance, it could be an energetic connection or two. Could be like this, where I help people at a distance very effectively. You're going to find that your independence, your talent, your skill, and your caring nature, all the meanwhile, going back to the Knight of Cups, definitely part in your movements of importance, your speaking of importance, all of which is going to be assisting with them healing, I want to say, and putting aside that pessimistic or just disappointed, defeated, expecting the worst kind of energy. Now, I want to go back to these two, okay? And it may even tie back into love, or what was once the potential of which, and even the Ten of Swords, because I feel as if you're thinking back to a situation, a cup that was spilt. Where is that imagery? Right here. Sorry, I'm a little bit shaky today. The cup that was spilt from the past, a similar situation is going to be sparked, not similar in a toxic sense, but the same kind of category of your life. Say it was a living situation, you made mistakes, or it just was toxic, or had its pros and cons. We're going to push you to remember that as well. So a lot of flashbacks once again, and this will help you with that situation coming to be within that same kind of category. You know what I'm saying? that living situation, that new one coming to be. But we as well have the Three of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. 1007, look up the angel number meaning. In the midst of being bold, passionate, star-like, another week where that's being highlighted, you're finding that people are honoring you. People are impressed. People like you. People love you. And you might even find that people are trusting you more so throughout this week period, while they're saying in all three readings I've done today for the daily Libra and now you, I am getting the message of trust being of importance. If you don't trust yourself fully, how do you expect someone else or other people to fully trust you or continue to do so? The same goes for loving on yourself, right? Self-talk coming into play, self-viewing imagery. They're showing me looking at myself in the mirror. I mean, I personally have gained a bit of weight recently. And even, I'm going to be completely honest, one of my coworkers mentioned it. He asked me why I've gained a bit of weight. He's such a nice guy, and I don't hold it against him at this point, but it just, I didn't find it very helpful. Anyways, but you're going to be feeling the connection to new opportunities very much intertwined with you being noticed, right? Say you're interviewing, or you're being noticed through that process. Say it's something like what I do, or on social media or in the public eye otherwise, you're being noticed in the midst of new opportunities coming to be, and the preparation coming to be for the sparking of them after this week period. And they're saying the way you do what you do when it comes to communicating, accomplishing, applying yourself, trusting your intuition when it comes to when to get things done and when to avoid or delay, all of which is helping with this. It just feels like, as I just twitched a bit, things will be at certain points affecting you throughout the week. But it reminds me of the Leo weekly read I did yesterday. You might want to hop over there if you have it in your chart. Things aren't affecting you as much, all right? But it doesn't mean there aren't moments where like a twitch comes to be, or energy affects you or something of the sort. A startling moment reminds me of me dropping something in the bathroom this morning. Oh, my heart dropped. Okay, it's like I left my body, and it was not even that major of a moment. But yeah, they're saying in the midst of you embodying very much this King of Wands energy, you're also at certain points, or even connecting the two and exuding these energies at the same time, very grounded, okay? Very, again, peaceful. That's how we started this reading, speaking upon your energy. But they're asking you, why does this feel so correct for you at this point along your path? Even with the imperfections and things affecting you at certain points, because you're meant to be more so one with and utilizing effortlessly, easily, peacefully, the masculine and feminine side that we all carry, but yours is very much taking a highlight in an accurate way for you at this point along your path. Wordy as always, but it came out for a reason. What you don't have is not here yet for a reason once again, okay? When you look out the window, don't focus on the window itself, but focus on what you're being pushed to look at, right? Definitely reminds me of me looking out this window at times when I'm reading, and then I feel distracted, but then it ends up being a message. And so that doesn't have to be obviously through a tarot reading or something of the sort, and it may be in a moment of you doing pretty much, or just nothing in general. But Spirit's saying we will be giving you messages through what you're feeling drawn to look at, reflect upon once again, look forward to, and even through other synchronicities like angel numbers, symbols. So speaking upon confirming that this will be a spiritual week for you, even though we didn't get the High Priestess on the board. Let's wrap up this reading by saying, eat up the attention, okay? Allow for this week to support your amazing future, and remember that things are working out exactly as they're meant to. Get ready for several wish fulfillments, okay? So this was truly helpful. Of course, don't forget to, as I always say, book a personal reading with myself. Everything's down below. I'm sending you a ton of love and light, Aquarius. Go enjoy your week.